Hey, what's up you guys? This is Rob from A Gay Guy Plays, and today on the rundown, we're gonna get real deep into the Rift, so hold on to your hats when we take a look at Limbo. So Limbo was released in Update 15 and has one of the most unique skill sets in game. Using his ability to slip in and out of the Rift, Limbo can drastically alter the battlefield. From becoming untouchable to zoning out an entire enemy squad, his ability to alter reality requires a lot of finesse, as most of his skills can be used both offensively and defensively. You can pick up the quest starter titled the Limbo Theorem in the market for 10,000 credits, but do be aware that it will require to use an arc wing in order to complete. Or if you just can't wait to get your hands on this rift-walking gentleman, you can always pick him up in the market pre-built along with a catalyst and a Warframe slot for 200 plat. Or if you're into bundles, he's in one of those as well, but I'll let you take a look at that one yourself. Now let's take a look at what he can pull out of his hat. His first ability is Banished, which can be used both on allied and enemy units. This skill sends them into the Rift. If the target was an enemy, it will also deal damage and knock them to the ground. When Limbo isn't rift walking, this is a great way to render enemy targets useless. Just do be aware that since you've sent them into the rift, you can't deal any additional damage to them until you begin rift walking. As for allies, this is a great way to keep them protected if you see them getting into potentially risky situations. Currently, banishing an ally only affects their weapon damage and still allows them to deal damage with their abilities to enemies even if they aren't also within the rift. Limbo's second ability is Rift Walk. It allows Limbo to slip in and out of the rift, rendering him invulnerable to anything outside of it. Now, while it does have a set duration, you can toggle it off early if you choose. Use this to engage targets you've isolated with Banished, to get into safety, or resurrect allies. Just be aware that currently, you won't be able to pick up any orbs, resources, and etc. Also be aware that any data masses or energy canisters you are currently carrying will be dropped. His third ability, Rift Surge, is quite simple. Any enemies caught in the rift take bonus damage from anything and everything. Now, as it stands, this doesn't seem to have any set range, so regardless of where you are, any banished enemies or enemies caught in Cataclysm are fair game. Limbo's final ability is Cataclysm. He opens up a spherical rift at a targeted location that deals damage as it explodes outwards, then will slowly close in on itself. Any enemies that exit or enter the sphere will be dealt damage. Now, while Cataclysm is one of Limbo's few damage sources, it's much better used strategically rather than as ulti spam. Defensively, it can be aimed at pods and excavators to prevent incoming sources of ranged damage, or target incoming squads of enemies to completely zone them out, and take pressure off of your squad as you deal with other threats. Offensively, you can combine this with Rift Surge and turn this Cataclysm into an arena where you and your teammates have the advantage. Now, down at his core, Limbo is a true control frame, with many variations of the same trick in his hat. And to be honest, this may not be a frame that everyone will be able to master. In fact, gameplay may widely vary depending on a player's playstyle. Duelists may use Rift Walk and Banish to take down priority targets from their group, without too much risk to themselves. Defenders may use Banish to protect their teammates from sticky situations. Shooters may use Cataclysm as portable cover for their group, peeking in and out just long enough to neutralize their targets. While Demolitionists may use it to isolate squads, then turn on Rift Surge and Rift Walk just long enough to launch a couple grenades into the sphere. So all in all, Limbo has been more than a pleasure to play. He's complex yet hilarious. He can be a gentleman with his utility or turn around and be an absolute troll. He's dressed to impress, got one big hat, and he is more than welcome into my rift any day. Because when it comes to Limbo, it's all about being flexible. So thank you all for watching another episode of The Rundown. Be sure to catch me fanboying over Update 15 in my previous video, and stay tuned for my review on the Odinata Arcwing. Now, don't forget to do the thing that I ask you to do at the end of every one of these, and as always, stay tuned as I welcome more well-dressed men into my rift, here at A Gay Guy Plays. And for my next trick, I will make your genitalia disappear.